Kristo sa mga Pilipino sa ating bayan at maging sa mga nasa ibang bansa tungo sa Far East Broadcasting Company Philippines.
Sa Mega Manila, makakapakinig sa 702 DZAS-AM, Agapay ng Sambayanan, at 98.7 DZFE-FM, The Master's Touch. Sa Santiago City, Isabela, sa 1143 DZMR-AM, Missions Radio. Legazpi City, Albay, CARE 104.3 DWAY-FM. Sa Quezon, Palawan, 106.3 DZRK-FM, Radio Kapitbise.
Sa Tacloban City, 97.5 DYFE-FM, unang tugon ng pamayanan. Bacolod City, 1233 DYVS-AM, the sweet voice of salvation. Up 987 DYFR-FM, life-changing. Sa Cagayan de Oro City, 103.3 the New J DXJL-FM, your positive choice.
Zamboanga City, 1116 DXAS-AM, your community radio. Cotabato City, 106.9 DXGR-FM, Radio Gandingan. Sa Coronadal City, 1062 DXKI-AM, your friendly voice. Davao City, 1197 DXFE-AM, the Good News Radio. Makakapakinig din sa mga online streams at sa mga mobile apps.
FEBC Philippines, hanggang marinig ng lahat. Balitang hatid ay buhay at pag-asa. Kasama si Yvette Pao dito sa Marhay na Bareta.
Magandang araw mga kaibigan, saan man kayo naroroon, kayo man ay nasa inyong bahay, sa biyahe, o kayo man ay nagpapahinga sa mga oras na ito. Samahan niyo ako ngayong araw na ito sa pagbabasa ng Biblia. Ako po si Yvette Pao, ang inyong kasama para sa ating programang Marhay na Bareta. Ang Marhay na Bareta o Good News na hatid ay hindi lang basta balita, kundi salita ng Diyos na nagbibigay buhay, nagbibigay ng lakas, at nagbibigay ng direksyon sa ating araw-araw. Alam natin, lalo na sa mga oras na ito, hindi madali ang buhay. May pressures, may worries, iba't ibang challenges, o pagsubok na dumadating sa bawat isa. Ito ay mga bagay na hindi natin kontrolado. Pero sa gitna ng lahat ng iyan, may isang bagay na siguradong pwede nating panghawakan. Ang hindi nagpapagong salita ng Panginoon. Sabi nga sa Psalm chapter 119 verse 105, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Ibig sabihin, kahit gaano kadilim ang sitwasyon natin, may ilaw tayong sinusundan. May gabay tayo sa bawat hakbang. Kaya sa mga susunod na sandali o minuto, samahan niyo po ako. Tayo ay huminga, makinig at buksan ang ating mga puso dahil may mensahe ang ating Panginoon para sa iyo at para sa akin. Narito ang ating Marhay na Bareta.
Second Chronicles, chapter 29. Hezekiah was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 29 years. His mother's name was Abijah, daughter of Zechariah. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father David had done. In the first month of the first year of his reign, he opened the doors of the temple of the Lord and repaired them. He brought in the priests and the Levites, assembled them in the square on the east side, and said, "Listen to me, Levites. Consecrate yourselves now and consecrate the temple of the Lord, the God of your ancestors. Remove all defilement from the sanctuary. Our parents were unfaithful. They did evil in the eyes of the Lord our God and forsook him. They turned their faces away from the Lord's dwelling place and turned their backs on him. They also shut the doors of the portico and put out the lamps. They did not burn incense or present any burnt offerings at the sanctuary of the God of Israel. Therefore, the anger of the Lord has fallen on Judah and Jerusalem. He has made them an object of dread and horror and scorn, as you can see with your own eyes. This is why our fathers have fallen by the sword, and why our sons and daughters and our wives are in captivity. Now, I intend to make a covenant with the Lord, the God of Israel, so that his fierce anger will turn away from us. My sons, do not be negligent now, for the Lord has chosen you to stand before him and serve him, to minister before him and to burn incense." Then these Levites set to work. From the Kohathites, Mahath, son of Amasai, and Joel, son of Azariah. From the Merarites, Kish, son of Abdi, and Azariah, son of Jehalalel. From the Gershonites, Joah, son of Zima, and Eden, son of Joah. From the descendants of Elizaphan, Shimri and Jeiel. From the descendants of Asaph, Zechariah and Mattaniah. From the descendants of Heman, Jehiel and Shimei. From the descendants of Jeduthun, Shemaiah and Uzziel. When they had assembled their fellow Levites and consecrated themselves, they went in to purify the temple of the Lord, as the king had ordered, following the word of the Lord. The priests went into the sanctuary of the Lord to purify it. They brought out to the courtyard of the Lord's temple everything unclean that they found in the temple of the Lord. The Levites took it and carried it out to the Kidron Valley. They began the consecration on the first day of the first month, and by the 8th day of the month, they reached the portico of the Lord. For 8 more days, they consecrated the temple of the Lord itself, finishing on the 16th day of the first month. Then they went in to King Hezekiah and reported, "We have purified the entire temple of the Lord, the altar of burnt offering with all its utensils, and the table for setting out the consecrated bread with all its articles. We have prepared and consecrated all the articles that King Ahaz removed in his unfaithfulness while he was king. They are now in front of the Lord's altar." Early the next morning, King Hezekiah gathered the city officials together and went up to the temple of the Lord. They brought 7 bulls, 7 rams, 7 male lambs, and 7 male goats as a sin offering for the kingdom, for the sanctuary, and for Judah. The king commanded the priests, the descendants of Aaron, to offer these on the altar of the Lord. So they slaughtered the bulls, and the priests took the blood and splashed it against the altar. Next, they slaughtered the rams and splashed their blood against the altar. Then they slaughtered the lambs and splashed their blood against the altar. The goats for the sin offering were brought before the king and the assembly, and they laid their hands on them. The priests then slaughtered the goats and presented their blood on the altar for a sin offering to atone for all Israel, because the king had ordered the burnt offering and the sin offering for all Israel. He stationed the Levites in the temple of the Lord with cymbals, harps, and lyres, in the way prescribed by David and Gad, the king's seer, and Nathan, the prophet. This was commanded by the Lord through his prophets. So the Levites stood ready with David's instruments and the priests with their trumpets. Hezekiah gave the order to sacrifice the burnt offering on the altar. As the offering began, singing to the Lord began also, accompanied by trumpets and the instruments of David, king of Israel. The whole assembly bowed in worship, while the musicians played and the trumpets sounded. All this continued until the sacrifice of the burnt offering was completed. When the offerings were finished, the king and everyone present with him knelt down and worshipped. King Hezekiah and his officials ordered the Levites to praise the Lord with the words of David and of Asaph the seer. So they sang praises with gladness and bowed down and worshipped. Then Hezekiah said, "You have now dedicated yourselves to the Lord. Come and bring sacrifices and thank offerings to the temple of the Lord." So the assembly brought sacrifices and thank offerings, and all whose hearts were willing brought burnt offerings. The number of burnt offerings the assembly brought was 70 bulls, 100 rams, and 200 male lambs, all of them for burnt offerings to the Lord. The animals consecrated as sacrifices amounted to 600 bulls and 3,000 sheep and goats. The priests, however, were too few to skin all the burnt offerings. So their relatives, the Levites, helped them until the task was finished and until other priests had been consecrated. For the Levites had been more conscientious in consecrating themselves than the priests had been. There were burnt offerings in abundance, together with the fat of the fellowship offerings and the drink offerings that accompanied the burnt offerings. So the service of the temple of the Lord was re-established. Hezekiah and all the people rejoiced at what God had brought about for his people, because it was done so quickly.
At dyan nagtatapos ang isa na namang makabuluhang pagbabasa ng Biblia, ang Marhay na Bareta. Mga kaibigan, dalhin natin ang salita ng Diyos sa ating pang-araw-araw na buhay, hindi lang bilang inspirasyon, kundi bilang gabay sa bawat desisyon, sa bawat salita at sa bawat kilos. At kung ikaw man ngayon ay may pinagdadaanan, anumang bigat ito, pagod o alalahanin, tandaan mo ito, kaibigan, hindi ka nag-iisa. Nakikita ka ng Diyos, mahal ka niya at kasama mo siya sa bawat hakbang. At bago tayo tuluyang magpaalam, samahan niyo ako sa isang panalangin. Panginoon naming Diyos, maraming salamat po sa iyong salita na aming narinig ngayon. Salamat dahil sa gitna ng aming pagod at mga pinagdadaanan, patuloy mo kaming pinapaalalahanan na hindi mo kami iniiwan at hindi mo kami kailanman iiwan. Salamat sa liwanag na nagbibigay direksyon sa aming landas at sa pag-asa na nagpapalakas sa aming puso. Panginoon, tulungan mo po kaming isabuhay ang aming mga narinig na mabuting balita sa araw na ito at maging mabuti sa iba, maging tapat sa aming gawain at maging ilaw din sa mga taong nasa paligid namin. At kung mayroon mang mga nakikinig ngayon na may mabigat na dinadala, dalangin namin na ang iyong kapayapaan na higit sa aming pangunawa. Yakapin mo po sila ng iyong pag-ibig at bigyan ng bagong lakas. Gabayan mo po kami sa bawat desisyon, protektahan sa bawat lakbay, at patuloy na hubugin ang aming puso ayon sa iyong kalooban. Nawa ang aming buhay ay maging patotoo ng iyong kabutihan Ang lahat ng ito ay aming dalangin sa makapangyarihang pangalan ni Jesus na aming Diyos. Amen. Muli, ito po ang inyong programang Marhay na Bareta, ang magandang balita para sa bawat isa. Magkaroon po tayo ng mapagpalang araw at huwag kalimutang dalhin ang salita ng Diyos saan man tayo magpunta. Maraming salamat, pagpalain ang bawat isa.
Mas nagpatibay ba ng iyong pakikinig ng Marhay na Bareta ang iyong paniniwala at pananampalataya? Maaari kang makibahagi ng iyong realizations sa pamamagitan ng pag-text sa aming contact information 0998-843-0573 o mag-email sa info@dway.febc.ph. Maaari ring magmensahe sa aming FB page na Care 104.3 The Way FM.